Actually, this was my own utmost performance. But actually, so I practiced before beginning this recording of this episode. But actually, so I couldn't sing well because I'm a kind of a tone deaf, and I'm really bad at. And I think you have already known if you are frequent listeners of my podcast anyway. But actually, so I have been really a bad singer in the course of my life. This is which is a confession to you. I confess to you that So maybe you may not know that, but actually, so I was really I'm really bad at singing, and so another factor contributing to my bad performance in singing is that I try to use Korean language for singing, and so by the way, so hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version, and wait a moment please. This time is so you're going to get into the new world, and the conclusion is I did something funny to some East European countries, and this is so. Please notice, I wrote a writing as a notice, which is notice. This is not an episode about the debut song of Girl Generation into the New World. So I don't know whether you know this, but actually, so telling the truth, I have been I was a fan of Girl Generation, which is a group of female dancers and singers, and they sing and dance simultaneously, and they are Korean people, or Korean women actually. So when I became a fan of that group, so they were girls, but actually they have grown up, and they have grown up, which is why and they became anyway ladies actually. So and their debut song is Into the New World, which is the name of a song, but actually, so the point is that so this is different from what I wrote in the title of this episode, and so the debut song has capital letters in all 4 words, which means so among those 4 words into the new world, I, T, N, W, which are the first letters in all of those four words respectively, and those 4 letters those 4 letters are written as capital letters, which means so telling you that so expressing by audio manner or with my own voice. So the name of that debut song of Girls' Generation was Sonya is Into the New World. But what I wrote is, wait a moment please. What I wrote is Into the New World, and what I wrote is Into the New World having capital letters of N and W, which means so the later two words have capital letters, and which means so into the title are written in small letters, and the new world is expressed or if expressed or emphasized as capital letters actually. So why I'm saying this is that so as I have told you as a conclusion, so I did something funny to some East European countries. So I did something funny. I'm thinking of provoking an event among East European countries, and how it is related to my business is that so giving you some hints. I don't tell you the answer. And to start with, I don't know the answer because that I did that's something interesting in how should I say it? By the way, I'm recording this episode at the beginning of January in 2023, and just after the New Year actually. So, and I began this project or entire phase. How should I say? Yeah, how should I say? And anyway, I began this entire phase in last year or in the end of last year. So, and I haven't sampled or I haven't got the results of what I did in last year or last year. So last year I began that phase, and the phase is ongoing. So I did something funny to some Eastern European countries, and I don't tell you the details. And if you so anyway, if you live in some countries bordering that Slavic nation, so you may understand what I'm talking about, because so I did something I did something interesting, or I did something funny to some East European countries, and which is the only thing I can tell you. And of course, so if I after I got the result, well, after I got some results stemming from or derived or being derived from what I did what I did last year. So I'm going to tell you, of course, I'm going to tell you, well, yeah, I'm going to tell you if I get the results stemming from or derived from what I started last year. And the phase, because I can't tell you anything about the phase, because the phase is ongoing, and I'm waiting for. So I wait. So my the progress of that phase is that. So I wait for the result. Well, I wait for the responses from those East European countries or other other countries. So I'm thinking of this is my how should I say assumption, or this is my hypothesis I have set beforehand, which is I think I'm going. I think I can, or I think I will be able to get some results, which is hypothesis I set I set beforehand, which means so, I thought I would be able to get some responses from some countries, irrespective of whether those countries or nations are Eastern European countries or not. Anyway, so roughly saying, this is all the stuff I can tell you. And how this is related to my business is I haven't explained now so far. Anyway, I haven't explained the connection between my business I'm proceeding and what I did in this time to targeting East European countries is that. So as I have told you in the past, in some past episodes, but so I'm thinking of reunifying those two Korean countries in Korean Peninsula, and so how they are related to that business of Korean Peninsula is that, so the northern one is in the side of east, or northern country, or the northern country in Korean Peninsula is a communist nation. So which is why, so North Korea is influenced by, or North Korea is under the influence of mainland China and Russian Federation. So which means I have almost told you the answer to the first question, or to the first question. Yeah, I see. You have come up with in the beginning of this episode, and that is, so I did something funny to some East European countries, so bordering Russian Federation. This is the only thing I can tell you. So I don't. So for now, maybe so far, nobody knows what they are going to become of, or what things around them are becoming of. So, but actually, so so yeah, thinking about the outcome in the near future. So I think so. Considering the fact that there's that famous war taking place between Ukraine and Russian Federation. So there may be some interesting responses from those East European countries, and so I'm waiting for those responses from those East European countries and or other countries related to what I started or what I began in last year anyway. So and how they are related to is that so I don't of course I'm not going to tell you the details about what I'm going to do afterwards. Actually, this is not the end, or I started, but actually this is not the end. So I'm waiting. I have told you, as I have told you. So I wait for the outcome, or I wait for the result of what I started. Or I'm waiting for the result of the phase I have started. But actually, so of course what I have to do, what I have to do for accomplishing that phase has not been done. So which means there are acts so there are subsequent acts, or there are following acts I have to do for accomplishing that phase or for closing that phase, and until then so I'm thinking of waiting for the results about what I did last year. So was last year. So I in the end of the last year, or in the end of 2022, or in December 2022, I began that phase, and which is why so I wait for the further results of that phase, which is a present situation, or which is a present progress about that phase. And so if you'd like to know, if you'd like to know the entire project or the entire stuff I'm trying to do, so please take a look at the description column of this episode, so that you can find out a link of one article. I think you can find out the link of one article of Medium, so which is and by accessing by reading which, so you can find out what I'm trying to do anyway. And as I have told you in the past episodes of my podcast, so I'm thinking of starting. I'm thinking of provoking or beginning a war or wars in Korean Peninsula. So by doing which, so so those two Koreas are going to be reunified, which is what I think. So considering the present situation of Korean Peninsula having two Korean countries, so that is bad, which is what I thought. And to start with, North Korea has launched some missiles against my country. So which is why so how should I say I thought how to call that attitude. So violent attitude, or ferocious attitude is what North Korea has against the Western countries. And of course my country is located east of east of Korean Peninsula, but actually or southern east of Korean Peninsula, or southeast of Korean Peninsula, but actually so by the way my country is Japan. And so but thinking about it, considering that such a harsh situation, and especially the harsh situation in North Korea, so those two countries should be reunified. So which is why so I'm thinking of so doing things for reunifying those two Korean countries into one. So which is what I'd like you to know this time. So before actually ending this episode, I'm going to tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. the title is "You are going to get into the new world," and the conclusion is I did something funny to some East European countries, and not this. This is not an episode about the debut song of Girl Generation into the new world. And I almost forgot to tell you the meaning of the new world. So so I think you can understand that so for example boxing matches or wrestling matches are entertaining, or people want to see such fightings, or people want to see such matches of wrestlings and boxings. So which is an instinct of humans. So which means what I'd like to tell you is that people want to see fighting, or people want to see fightings, or or some matches involving violences. So which is why I thought that wars can become, or wars can be categorized into a branch of entertainment, or I thought directly speaking, I thought it would be possible to start a war, to create a war as an entertainment, or create wars as a branch of entertainment, or as a branch of recreation, and which is what I thought. So which is why which is one of the reasons why I began to think of provoking, or beginning a war or wars in Korean Peninsula. And so new world is that. So the meaning of the new world is that so in the new world, a war or wars can become a branch of, or a category of entertainment. So which is the meaning of new world. So in which you can enjoy a war or wars as one of the entertainments, like boxing matches, or the matches, or the games of baseballs or footballs or soccers, and like which people want to see fightings, and wars are going to be categorized into one of them. So which is the meaning of the new world. I explained this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.